Alright, I'm going to show you a pretty easy way to set up to record on the fly in Ableton. And when I say on the fly, it's being able to record 4-bar, 2-bar, 1-bar loops while the song is playing, and without it stopping, that loop will continue to play, and then you could go directly into recording another loop on top of that and another one on top of that, and pretty much as far as you want to go. So there's not too many tutorials that I've found on this subject, so I wanted to walk you through it basically. So the first thing that you would want to do is just basically have something to jam to. So in this case, I've got a drum loop here in my first track, just something basic. And then choose your tempo up here. I'm just going to stick with 120. That's fine here. Then you're going to want to make one track for your instrument, and then and all these are going to be audio tracks. One track for your instrument that you're recording into Ableton, and then a separate track for every loop that you would want to record. So if you would like to be able to have 10 loops non-stop, then you would add 10 loop tracks. So basically the way you're going to set this up is your instrument track. The only thing that you're going to do here with this audio track, you certainly want to name it and set your monitor to N. Now if you got your guitar or something like that, you'd be playing your guitar and you'd actually see the levels coming in on this instrument track. And then on every other loop track that you're going to have, what you want to do is basically three things. You're going to want the audio to come from your instrument track, so you would just click here and find that instrument track. And then you want to set your monitor to off, and then you want to arm the track right here. Now, in many cases, it doesn't look like you can arm more than one track, but if you hold down the Control or Command key and then click on all your loops, it'll allow you to do that. And that's going to keep your hands free. Now, if you're a guitarist or bass player or something like that where you need both your hands, you're probably going to want to assign this to foot switch. So it's pretty easy to do that. You're just going to come over here to your MIDI track, your MIDI control setup, and then on every loop track you're going to want to assign a key or a foot switch to each of these right here, just this here. And basically what will happen is when you hit this key, it'll start recording, and then when you hit it again, it'll stop recording right on the perfect beat. So this is really the only thing on the track that you need to have controlled. And then you would just click out of here after you've set all your loops up. And then you'd play your track, get your little drum part going, and then you'd be kind of jamming with your guitar to it. And when you feel like you've got a good jam, make sure to count it out. I'm going to set this to 2-bar so we don't get confused. So say 1, 2, 3, 4, boom. Now we're recording. And we can let that go 4 bars, and 2, 2, and I hit it again, and it stops recording, but it keeps the loop going. So this right here would have the instrument in it right at this time. And then if you found something else that would go really good as a layer, you just start your second track here, and you don't need to click on anything. It'll just automatically just start recording. And 1, 2, 3, 4, boom. 1, 2, 3, 4, and we just recorded another bar. So unfortunately with this tutorial I'm not able to actually record an instrument in here without the audio sounding really terrible. But what I will do, just to show you as an example, is we'll use this drum loop here. So I'll drag the drum loop into this track here, and now in your case you're going to set this to monitor in like I have it, but because this is a loop and not an instrument coming into Ableton, we're going to set it to auto. Then it'll play this here, and then you're simply going to hit the key when you're ready to record. 1, 2, 3, and go. And then hit it again to stop. And now you've recorded you've recorded this audio track right here without having to stop your song. And you could continue to go and record as many loops as you want. So that is how you set up to record on the fly in Ableton.